The LIM software suite can be used to process images that have been digitized by an i2S scanning solution. Here we have the Cobalt Copybook scanner, which is operated by a tablet. LIM also supports importing images from other scanners or other sources. This makes LIM a versatile solution for a wide range of images that can be processed very easily in our global solution. We are going to do a demonstration on how to process your digitized documents in LIM and to publish them on a digital library. The first step we will do is click on the New Project button and enter the workflow creation screen. Here we can name our project. In this case, we will name it Project Stories, and we can add a document from our file system that we would like to process. Next, we will start to create the workflow. On the Import tab, we can set to have our metadata imported automatically. In this case, I have a file inside of my folder for the Dublin Core information. So I will select Dublin Core and the file option, and it will automatically retrieve the information and pass it along with the document. Next, we can set up an image processing template to further refine our images. I will add a detect page region to automatically detect the page area on the image. We will define the margins for the final crop. We will add the crop step and add some brightness and contrast to adjust the image a bit further. After setting up the simple template, next we will look at the quality control option. Here we have some automatic quality control detections that will run to tell us more about our set of images during the QC step. We also have the option to activate a sampling. So we will activate this and we'll look at a fixed number of images. In this case, I would like to view 5. Next, we will look at the Structuring tab, which has a default structure available when you're using books. We will then add an OCR step. It is noted that we support the Iris OCR engine as well as ABBY 10 and ABBY 11 engines. Next, we'll look at the Multi-Export tab. On this tab, we have the ability to set several formats to be exported at the same time at the end of our process. Each format can have a different set of settings as well as file namings that you can use. For this demo, we will do a TIFF, that is the default compression. We'll do a JPEG that will resize to 150 for easier mobile viewing. We'll also export a METS file as well as an image on text PDF with a watermark added. Please note to rename the files, you can easily add a brace to the text box, and it will give you a list of default automatic things that you can add to your file naming. So for example, if you wanted, you can add the name of the project to be included with the output name of the file. Next, we will set up the publishing step. This step is where you will send your files automatically to the digital library. For this demo, we are using an internal i2S repository, but this would be able to connect to any digital library that is with a LIM gallery. I will choose a collection, and I can set it to automatically publish when it is complete. You can save this template so it can be reused with other documents in the future. Once you have saved your template and you're ready to start, it will add it to the queue and start the processing. With LIM, you have the ability to work with several types of digital documents, not just books. We also support working with maps, old or damaged books. We can work with newspapers, as well as large color books. The job has completed processing, and we can now start to look at the quality control step. Inside QC, you have the ability to further refine your images and to touch up any additional things you'd like to change. For example, you can change the crop selection to better suit the image if it was not correct the first time. And just like that, we have adjusted the crop on the image. When QC is finished, it will next go to the sampling step. In the sampling step, it gives you a small portion, representation of the images you have worked on. You see the large original image as well as the processed image. After viewing the images and verifying that everything looks correct, you get a sample report that gives you an overview of what you looked at, and next it will go to the structuring step. In the structuring step, this lets us define the outline of the document. We have the option to paginate manually or automatically, as well as define what page goes to the section of the book. For an auto pagination, you select the page area, and it uses the OCR engine to automatically extract the pages, as well as, with some intelligence, it applies the page numbers to the document. With this interface, you can correct the page numbers and add or remove any page numbers. And once you have finished, you can say OK, and it will apply the page number to the document. Now, to assign the page to the section of the book, you simply select it and drag it to the area that it corresponds with. It will automatically backfill the pages in between to fill out the structure. We also have the option to automatically read the table of contents and to fill out the structure with the chapter titles that correspond to the page number. With this interface, you can view the OCR output and make any adjustments to the text and verify that the corresponding page number matches what is seen on the document. Once completed, it will fill in the structure, and with a few clicks, you can have a finished structure very easily. Once you're finished, the next step will be to send it to the OCR step. It will then process the OCR, then the multiple exports, and publish to ULIB. When the job is completed, it will move to the finished queue, and it will show you the information about the finished product. Double-clicking on the line will open the files on the file system where you can view them further, and the images that were published to the digital library will already be available for viewing. Here you can see this is the document on LIM Gallery with the structure that was created during our templating and processing, and you have your completed files from beginning to end with one solution.